What if I told you that creativity doesn't fade with age, but instead it evolves? Many of us grow up believing that creativity is a young person's game, something that peaks in our 20s and slowly fades away as we get older. But here's the truth: creativity isn't bound by age. In fact, some of the most groundbreaking ideas, art, and innovations have come from people well past their 50s. Think about it. Julia Child didn't publish her first cookbook until she was 50. Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote her beloved Little House series in her 60s. And Frank Lloyd Wright designed one of his most iconic works, the Guggenheim Museum, at the age of 91. Creativity isn't a flame that burns out. It's a fire that can grow brighter with time, experience, and a little inspiration. That's why today we're diving into 20 powerful ways to stay creative and inspired after 50. Whether you're looking to reignite an old passion, discover a new hobby, or simply find fresh ways to express yourself, this video is your guide to unlocking the endless possibilities of creativity at any age. So, if you've ever felt like your best ideas are behind you, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll not only see why creativity thrives with age, but you'll also walk away with practical, actionable steps to keep your creative spark alive and thriving. Let's get started. Now, let's dive into the first way to keep your creativity alive after 50, embracing lifelong learning. One of the most powerful ways to stay inspired is to never stop learning. Think of your mind as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger and more flexible it becomes. Taking up new hobbies, enrolling in online courses, or attending workshops are all fantastic ways to keep your brain engaged and your creativity flowing. For example, have you ever considered learning a new language? It's not just about communication, it's about opening your mind to new ways of thinking and seeing the world. Or maybe you've always wanted to try your hand at painting, pottery, or even coding. The beauty of learning something new is that it challenges you to step outside your comfort zone, sparking fresh ideas and perspectives. Online platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even YouTube offer endless opportunities to explore new skills from the comfort of your home. And if you prefer a more hands-on approach, local community centers often host workshops where you can learn alongside others who share your interests. The key here is to stay curious. Every new skill you pick up, every piece of knowledge you gain, adds another layer to your creative toolkit. And let's not forget the social aspect of learning. Joining a class or workshop connects you with like-minded individuals, creating a sense of community and collaboration that can be incredibly motivating. When you surround yourself with people who are also eager to learn and grow, it's easier to stay inspired and push your creative boundaries. So, whether it's mastering a new recipe, diving into photography, or even exploring the world of digital art, lifelong learning is a surefire way to keep your mind sharp and your creativity thriving. And as we move forward, we'll explore even more ways to keep that creative fire burning. Next up, we'll talk about how reconnecting with nature can breathe new life into your creative spirit. Now, let's step outside and explore the second way to keep your creativity alive after 50, reconnecting with nature. There's something truly magical about being outdoors that can reignite your imagination and give you a fresh perspective. Whether it's hiking through a forest, tending to a garden, or simply taking a leisurely walk in the park, nature has a way of clearing your mind and opening it up to new ideas. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly inspired while stuck indoors? Nature offers a break from the noise and distractions of daily life, allowing your mind to wander freely. The sights, sounds, and smells of the outdoors can awaken your senses and spark creativity in ways you might not expect. For instance, the vibrant colors of a sunset or the rhythmic sound of waves crashing on the shore can inspire a painting, a poem, or even a new project. Gardening, in particular, is a wonderful way to reconnect with nature while nurturing your creative side. Planting seeds, watching them grow, and tending to your garden can be incredibly rewarding. It's a process that teaches patience, mindfulness, and the beauty of growth lessons that can translate into other areas of your life. Plus, the act of creating something beautiful with your hands can be deeply fulfilling. If you're more adventurous, hiking or exploring new trails can be just as inspiring. The physical activity gets your blood flowing, and the ever-changing scenery keeps your mind engaged. You might find yourself noticing small details like the way sunlight filters through the trees or the intricate patterns of leaves that you'd otherwise overlook. These observations can become the foundation for new ideas or creative projects. Even something as simple as a daily walk in your neighborhood park can make a difference. It's a chance to unplug, breathe deeply, and let your thoughts flow freely. You might find that solutions to problems or new ideas come to you more easily when you're not actively trying to force them. Nature has a way of providing clarity and inspiration when you least expect it. So whether you're digging in the dirt, climbing a mountain, or just sitting under a tree, spending time outdoors can breathe new life into your creative spirit. It's a reminder that inspiration is all around us. We just need to step outside and embrace it. And as we continue, we'll look at another powerful way to stay creative, cultivating a dedicated space for your creative pursuits. Now, let's turn our attention inward and explore the third way to keep your creativity thriving after 50, cultivating a dedicated creative space at home. Imagine having a special corner, a room, or even just a small desk that's entirely yours, designed to inspire and nurture your creative energy. This space becomes your sanctuary, a place where ideas can flow freely without interruption. Creating a dedicated creative space doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. It's about carving out a spot that feels uniquely yours, where you can focus on your passions. Whether it's a cozy writing nook with a comfortable chair and good lighting, an art studio filled with paints and canvases, or a music corner with your favorite instruments, this space becomes a reflection of your creative spirit. One of the biggest benefits of having a dedicated space is that it signals to your brain that it's time to create. When you step into this area, your mind shifts into a creative mode, making it easier to dive into your projects. It's like flipping a switch suddenly. You're in the zone, free from distractions and ready to explore your ideas. Your creative space also serves as a physical reminder of your commitment to your passions. It's a place where you can experiment, make mistakes, and grow without judgment. Whether you're sketching, writing, or playing music, this space becomes a safe haven where you can fully express yourself. Think about what inspires you most. Is it natural light? Surround yourself with windows or add a few lamps to brighten the area. Do you thrive in a clutter-free environment? Keep your space organized and minimalistic. Or maybe you're someone who draws energy from vibrant colors and textures. Decorate your space with artwork, plants, or fabrics that spark joy. Even if you don't have a lot of room to spare, you can still create a meaningful creative space. A small desk in the corner of a room, a portable easel, or even a basket filled with your favorite supplies can be enough to get started. The key is to make it personal and functional, tailored to your unique needs and preferences. Having a dedicated space also helps you establish a routine. When you have a place to return to day after day, it becomes easier to build momentum and stay consistent with your creative pursuits. Over time, this space becomes a source of comfort and inspiration, a place where you can reconnect with your passions and let your imagination run wild. So, whether you're painting, writing, or composing, having a dedicated creative space can make all the difference. It's a tangible way to honor your creativity and give it the attention it deserves. And as we move forward, we'll dive into another powerful way to stay inspired, collaborating with others to fuel your creative fire. Now, let's shift our focus to the power of connection and explore the fourth way to keep your creativity alive after 50, collaborating with others. Creativity thrives in community, and working alongside like-minded individuals can breathe new life into your projects and ideas. Whether it's joining a local art group, attending a writer's meetup, or simply brainstorming with friends, collaboration opens doors to fresh perspectives and shared inspiration. When you collaborate, you're not just creating in isolation, you're part of a dynamic exchange of ideas. Imagine bouncing thoughts off someone who sees the world differently or learning a new technique from a fellow artist. These interactions can spark creativity in ways you might not have discovered on your own. Collaboration also brings accountability, helping you stay motivated and committed to your creative goals. One of the most rewarding aspects of working with others is the sense of camaraderie it fosters. Creative projects can sometimes feel daunting, but having a supportive group around you makes the journey more enjoyable and less intimidating. Whether you're co-writing a story, painting a mural, or composing music together, the shared experience can deepen your connection to your craft and to the people you're creating with. Collaboration doesn't have to be formal or structured. It can be as simple as inviting a friend over for a creative afternoon or joining an online community where you can share your work and receive feedback. Platforms like social media, forums, and virtual meetups make it easier than ever to connect with others who share your passions, no matter where you are in the world. Another benefit of collaboration is the opportunity to learn from others. Every person brings their own unique skills, experiences, and perspectives to the table. By working together, you can expand your creative toolkit and discover new ways of approaching your craft. Maybe you'll pick up a new painting technique, learn how to structure a story more effectively, or even explore a completely different medium. Collaboration also helps you push past creative blocks. When you're stuck, a fresh set of eyes or a different point of view can help you see your project in a new light. Sometimes all it takes is a casual conversation or a brainstorming session to reignite your inspiration and get your creative juices flowing again. So, whether you're teaming up with a friend, joining a local group, or participating in an online community, collaboration is a powerful way to stay inspired and motivated. It reminds us that creativity is not a solitary journey but a shared adventure, enriched by the people we meet along the way. And as we move forward, we'll explore another exciting way to keep your creative spark alive, exploring new cultures to broaden your horizons and ignite fresh ideas. Now, let's take a step beyond collaboration and venture into the world of cultural exploration. The fifth way to stay creative and inspired after 50 is to explore new cultures. Whether it's through travel, trying unfamiliar cuisines, or immersing yourself in the traditions of a different community, engaging with diverse cultures can open your mind to fresh perspectives and spark innovative ideas. Traveling to new places is one of the most direct ways to experience different cultures. Walking through bustling markets in Morocco, admiring the architecture in Japan, or listening to traditional music in Brazil can awaken your senses and inspire creativity in unexpected ways. Even if traveling far isn't an option, you can explore cultural diversity closer to home. Visit a local museum, attend a cultural festival, or take a cooking class to learn about the flavors and techniques of another country. Food is another incredible gateway to cultural exploration. Trying new cuisines isn't just about tasting different flavors, it's about understanding the stories, traditions, and history behind the dishes. Cooking a meal from another culture can be a creative act in itself, blending new ingredients and techniques with your own culinary style. It's a way to connect with the world and bring a piece of it into your kitchen. Learning about different cultures also encourages you to think outside the box. When you expose yourself to new ways of living, thinking, and creating, you challenge your own assumptions and expand your creative toolkit. For example, studying the intricate patterns in Islamic art might inspire a new approach to your own designs, or reading literature from another country could influence the way you tell stories. Even small, everyday actions can help you explore new cultures. Watching foreign films, listening to music from around the world, or reading about global traditions can broaden your horizons without leaving your home. These experiences not only enrich your understanding of the world, but also provide a wealth of inspiration for your creative projects. Exploring new cultures reminds us that creativity knows no borders. It's a reminder that there's always something new to learn, something different to try, and something beautiful to discover. By embracing the diversity of the world, you'll find endless sources of inspiration to keep your creativity alive and thriving. And as we continue this journey, we'll dive into another powerful way to stay inspired, practicing mindfulness and meditation to clear your mind and unlock new creative possibilities. Now let's shift our focus inward and explore a practice that can transform not just your creativity, but your entire mindset. The sixth way to stay creative and inspired after 50 is to practice mindfulness and meditation. These powerful tools can help you clear mental clutter, reduce stress, and create space for new ideas to flourish. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you give your mind a break from the constant chatter and distractions that can stifle creativity. It's like hitting a reset button, allowing you to approach your creative projects with a fresh perspective. Meditation, on the other hand, takes mindfulness a step further by helping you cultivate a deeper sense of calm and focus. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a significant difference. By sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, or repeating a calming mantra, you create a mental environment where inspiration can naturally arise. One of the most beautiful aspects of mindfulness and meditation is how they open the door to new ideas. When your mind is calm and free from stress, you're more likely to notice the subtle sparks of creativity that might otherwise go unnoticed. It's in these quiet moments that solutions to problems, fresh concepts, or unexpected connections often reveal themselves. For example, many artists and writers use mindfulness techniques to overcome creative blocks. By letting go of the pressure to produce and simply being present with their thoughts, they often find that inspiration flows more freely. Similarly, meditation can help you tap into your intuition, allowing you to trust your instincts and take creative risks you might otherwise avoid. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. Start with just 5 minutes a day, perhaps in the morning or before bed. You can use guided meditations, apps, or simply sit in silence and focus on your breath. Over time, you'll likely notice that your mind feels clearer, your stress levels decrease, and your creativity becomes more accessible. These practices also encourage you to approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness. When you're mindful, you're more likely to notice the beauty in everyday moments, the way sunlight filters through the trees, the sound of birdsong, or the texture of a piece of fabric. These small observations can become sources of inspiration, fueling your creative work in unexpected ways. By practicing mindfulness and meditation, you're not just nurturing your creativity, you're also cultivating a sense of inner peace and balance that can enhance every aspect of your life. And as we move forward, we'll explore another way to keep your creative spark alive, revisiting old passions and rediscovering the joy they once brought you. Now, let's take a step back in time and rediscover the joy of old passions. The seventh way to stay creative and inspired after 50 is to revisit hobbies or interests from earlier in life. Whether it's painting, writing, playing an instrument, or even gardening, returning to activities you once loved can reignite your creativity in powerful ways. Think about it, those hobbies you enjoyed in your younger years were more than just pastimes. They were outlets for self-expression, ways to explore your imagination, and sources of joy. Over time, life's responsibilities may have pushed them to the sidelines, but that doesn't mean they've lost their magic. In fact, picking them up again can feel like reconnecting with an old friend, bringing back a sense of familiarity and excitement. Revisiting old passions can also remind you of the skills you've already developed. Maybe you used to paint landscapes, write poetry, or play the guitar. Dusting off those skills can give you a confidence boost, showing you that creativity is still very much a part of who you are. And the best part, you don't have to be perfect. This is about enjoying the process, not achieving perfection. Sometimes returning to an old hobby can even spark new ideas. For instance, if you used to write short stories, you might find that your life experiences now give you fresh perspectives to explore. Or if you played an instrument, you could experiment with new genres or collaborate with others to create something entirely unique. The possibilities are endless when you allow yourself to dive back into what once brought you joy. Another benefit of revisiting old passions is the sense of nostalgia they bring. Nostalgia has a way of grounding us, reminding us of who we are and what we value. It can also inspire us to see our current lives through a more creative lens. Maybe that old sketchbook you used to carry everywhere will inspire you to start doodling again, or the guitar in the corner will call you to strum a few chords. If you're not sure where to start, try reflecting on what you loved most in your younger years. What activities made you lose track of time? What hobbies brought you a sense of accomplishment or peace? Once you've identified them, take small steps to reintroduce them into your life. Set aside a little time each week to paint, write, or play music. You might be surprised at how quickly the spark returns. Revisiting old passions isn't just about reliving the past, it's about bringing that same energy and enthusiasm into the present. It's a reminder that creativity isn't something you outgrow. It's something you can always return to, no matter where life takes you. And as we continue our journey, we'll explore how experimenting with new technologies can open up even more creative possibilities, showing you that inspiration can come from both the familiar and the new. Now let's shift gears and step into the world of modern tools and innovation. The eighth way to stay creative and inspired after 50 is to experiment with technology. While it might feel intimidating at first, embracing new technologies can unlock a whole new realm of creative possibilities. Whether it's digital art tools, video editing software, or even social media platforms, these tools can help you express yourself in ways you might not have imagined before. Think about it, technology has transformed how we create and share art, music, writing, and more. Digital art tools, for example, allow you to paint, draw, or design without the need for physical materials. Programs like Procreate or Adobe Photoshop give you endless options to experiment with colors, textures, and styles. If you've always enjoyed traditional art, this could be a fun way to explore a new medium while still tapping into your creative instincts. Video editing software is another fantastic avenue to explore. Platforms like iMovie or Adobe Premiere Pro make it easier than ever to create short films, montages, or even video journals. If you've ever wanted to tell a story through visuals, this could be your chance to dive in. You don't need to be a professional, just start with something simple, like editing a family vacation video or creating a slideshow of your favorite photos. Social media platforms also offer incredible opportunities for creativity. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube aren't just for younger generations. They're spaces where you can share your work, connect with like-minded individuals, and even build a community around your passions. Whether you're posting your artwork, sharing cooking tutorials, or documenting your gardening journey, these platforms can help you reach an audience and gain inspiration from others. One of the best things about experimenting with technology is that it encourages you to learn and grow. It might feel challenging at first, but that's part of the fun. Start small, watch a tutorial, take an online class, or simply play around with a new app. Over time, you'll build confidence and discover how these tools can enhance your creative process. And don't worry if you make mistakes along the way. That's how we learn. Technology is constantly evolving, and there's no right way to use it. The goal is to have fun, explore, and see where it takes you. You might find that combining your existing skills with new tools leads to something entirely unique. As we move forward, we'll explore how reading widely and often can further fuel your creativity, showing you that inspiration can come from the pages of a book just as much as from a screen. Now, let's turn the page literally to another powerful way to stay creative and inspired after 50, reading widely and often. Books are more than just a source of entertainment, they're a gateway to new worlds, ideas, and perspectives. Whether you're diving into a gripping novel, exploring a thought-provoking memoir, or flipping through a beautifully illustrated art book, reading can spark your imagination in ways you might not expect. One of the greatest benefits of reading is its ability to expose you to different viewpoints. Fiction, for example, allows you to step into someone else's shoes and see the world through their eyes. This kind of empathy can inspire fresh ideas and help you approach your own creative projects with a new lens. Non-fiction, on the other hand, offers a wealth of knowledge and insights that can fuel your curiosity and deepen your understanding of the world. From history and science to self-help and philosophy, there's a book out there for every interest. Reading also has a unique way of stimulating your mind. When you immerse yourself in a story or a topic, your brain is actively engaged, making connections and imagining possibilities. This mental exercise can help you think more creatively and solve problems in innovative ways. Plus, the act of reading itself can be a form of relaxation, giving your mind a break from the noise of everyday life and allowing space for inspiration to flow. Don't limit yourself to just one genre, though. Mix it up. If you usually read mysteries, try picking up a poetry collection or a biography. If you're drawn to non-fiction, consider exploring a fantasy novel or a graphic novel. The variety will keep your reading experience fresh and exciting, and you might discover a new favorite genre along the way. Another great way to enhance your reading experience is to join a book club or discussion group. Sharing your thoughts and hearing others' perspectives can deepen your understanding of the material and spark lively conversations. It's also a wonderful way to connect with others who share your love of reading and creativity. And let's not forget the convenience of modern reading options. If you prefer physical books, that's great, but don't overlook e-books or audiobooks. E-books are perfect for carrying an entire library with you wherever you go, while audiobooks allow you to read while commuting, exercising, or even doing household chores. These formats make it easier than ever to incorporate reading into your daily routine. So, whether you're curled up with a classic novel, flipping through a magazine, or listening to a podcast, remember that every word you take in has the potential to inspire you. Reading is a lifelong adventure, and it's one that can keep your creativity alive and thriving. As we continue, we'll explore how journaling your thoughts can help you organize your ideas and unlock even more creative potential. Now, let's shift our focus to a simple yet incredibly powerful tool for staying creative and inspired: journaling your thoughts. Writing down your ideas, reflections, or even random musings can be a game changer for organizing your mind and unlocking new creative pathways. Think of your journal as a safe space where your thoughts can flow freely without judgment or structure. One of the most immediate benefits of journaling is its ability to clear mental clutter. When you put your thoughts on paper, you're essentially decluttering your mind, making room for fresh ideas to emerge. It's like tidying up a messy desk. Once the chaos is gone, you can see what's truly important and focus on what matters most. This process not only helps you organize your thoughts, but also allows you to spot patterns or connections you might have missed otherwise. Journaling also encourages self-reflection, which is a key ingredient for creativity. By regularly writing about your experiences, emotions, and observations, you gain deeper insights into yourself and the world around you. This self-awareness can spark new ideas and inspire you to approach your creative projects from a more authentic and meaningful place. Another great thing about journaling is its flexibility. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You can write in complete sentences, jot down bullet points, or even doodle if that feels right. Some people prefer to journal first thing in the morning to set the tone for their day, while others find it helpful to reflect before bed. The key is to make it a habit that works for you. If you're not sure where to start, try setting aside just 5 to 10 minutes a day to write. You don't need to have a specific topic in mind, just let your thoughts flow. Over time, you might find that this practice not only helps you stay organized, but also becomes a source of inspiration. You might stumble upon a brilliant idea while jotting down a random thought, or discover a new perspective while reflecting on a past experience. For those who enjoy a bit of structure, you can experiment with different journaling techniques. Gratitude journals, for example, focus on writing about things you're thankful for, which can boost your mood and open your mind to positive thinking. Stream of consciousness journaling, on the other hand, involves writing whatever comes to mind without stopping, which can be a great way to tap into your subconscious and uncover hidden ideas. Journaling can also serve as a creative archive. Over time, your journal becomes a treasure trove of ideas, observations, and reflections that you can revisit whenever you need inspiration. Flipping through old entries might remind you of a forgotten idea or spark a new one entirely. And let's not forget the therapeutic benefits. Writing about your thoughts and feelings can be incredibly cathartic, helping you process emotions and reduce stress. A calm and clear mind is far more likely to generate creative ideas, so journaling can indirectly fuel your creativity by promoting mental well-being. So, whether you're scribbling down a quick note or spending an hour reflecting on your day, remember that every word you write has the potential to spark something new. Journaling is more than just a habit. It's a creative practice that can help you stay inspired, organized, and connected to your inner self. As we move forward, we'll explore how attending creative events can immerse you in a world of inspiration and energy. Now, let's step into a world brimming with inspiration and energy. Attending creative events. Whether it's an art exhibition, a theater performance, or a live music concert, immersing yourself in these experiences can reignite your creative spark in ways you might not expect. Creative events are more than just entertainment. They're a gateway to new ideas and perspectives. When you surround yourself with the work of others, whether it's a painter's masterpiece, an actor's compelling performance, or a musician's soulful melody, you're exposed to a wealth of creativity that can inspire your own projects. It's like stepping into a vibrant ecosystem of ideas, where every detail has the potential to spark something new in you. One of the most powerful aspects of attending these events is the sense of connection they foster. Being in a room full of people who share your passion for creativity can be incredibly motivating. You're not just observing art, you're part of a collective experience that celebrates imagination and innovation. This shared energy can be contagious, leaving you feeling inspired and ready to tackle your own creative endeavors. Another benefit is the opportunity to see creativity in action. Watching a play, for example, allows you to witness how storytelling, acting, and stage design come together to create a cohesive experience. Similarly, an art exhibition might reveal the thought process behind a series of paintings, giving you insight into how an artist translates ideas into visual form. These observations can provide valuable lessons and fresh approaches for your own work. Creative events also encourage you to step outside your comfort zone. Maybe you've never been to a poetry reading or a modern dance performance. Trying something new can open your mind to different forms of expression and challenge you to think in ways you haven't before. This willingness to explore unfamiliar territory is a hallmark of a creative mindset, and it can lead to unexpected breakthroughs in your own projects. If you're not sure where to start, look for local events in your community. Many cities host art walks, open mic nights, or cultural festivals that are free or low cost. These gatherings are a great way to dip your toes into the creative scene without feeling overwhelmed. You might even discover a new passion or meet like-minded individuals who share your interests. For those who prefer a more structured experience, consider attending workshops or masterclasses that often accompany creative events. These sessions provide hands-on opportunities to learn from experts and gain practical skills that you can apply to your own work. Whether it's a painting workshop or a writing seminar, these experiences can deepen your understanding of your craft and fuel your creative fire. And let's not forget the joy of simply being present. In a world that often feels rushed and disconnected, creative events offer a chance to slow down and fully engage with the moment. Whether you're marveling at a sculpture or getting lost in a symphony, these experiences remind us of the beauty and power of human expression. So the next time you're feeling stuck or uninspired, consider stepping out and attending a creative event. It's not just about what you see or hear, it's about the energy, the connections, and the new perspectives you'll gain. Who knows, the next great idea might be waiting for you in the audience of a play or the corner of an art gallery. As we continue, we'll explore how volunteering for a cause you're passionate about can bring purpose and creativity into your life. Now, let's shift our focus to something that not only enriches the lives of others, but also reignites your own creativity. Volunteering for a cause you're passionate about. Giving your time and energy to a meaningful purpose can be a powerful way to stay inspired and tap into new wells of creativity. When you volunteer, you're stepping into a space where your skills and passions meet real-world needs. Whether it's mentoring young people, organizing community events, or working with animals, the act of contributing to something larger than yourself can bring a profound sense of fulfillment. This sense of purpose often translates into creative energy, as you're constantly challenged to think on your feet and find innovative solutions to problems. One of the most rewarding aspects of volunteering is the opportunity to collaborate with others who share your passion. Working alongside like-minded individuals can spark new ideas and perspectives that you might not have considered on your own. For example, if you're helping to plan a fundraiser, you might brainstorm creative ways to engage donors or design eye-catching promotional materials. These collaborative efforts can push you to think outside the box and explore new creative avenues. Volunteering also exposes you to diverse experiences and challenges that can broaden your horizons. Maybe you're teaching a skill to someone who's eager to learn, or perhaps you're helping to build a community garden. These experiences often require adaptability and resourcefulness, qualities that are essential for creative problem solving. As you navigate these challenges, you'll find yourself developing new skills and approaches that can be applied to your own creative projects. Another benefit of volunteering is the chance to see the direct impact of your efforts. When you witness how your contributions make a difference, it can be incredibly motivating. This sense of accomplishment can fuel your creativity, giving you the confidence to tackle new challenges and take risks in your own work. Whether it's seeing a child's face light up as they learn something new or watching a community come together to achieve a common goal, these moments can inspire you to think bigger and dream bolder. If you're not sure where to start, think about causes that resonate with you on a personal level. Maybe you're passionate about education, environmental conservation, or supporting the arts. Look for local organizations or initiatives that align with your interests and reach out to see how you can get involved. Even small contributions of time and effort can make a big difference, and often, the act of giving can spark unexpected creative insights. Volunteering also encourages you to step outside your comfort zone and try new things. Maybe you've never organized an event or led a workshop, but taking on these roles can help you develop new skills and discover hidden talents. This willingness to embrace new challenges is a key ingredient in staying creative, as it keeps your mind flexible and open to new possibilities. And let's not forget the emotional rewards of volunteering. Acts of kindness and service have a way of lifting your spirits and renewing your sense of purpose. When you're feeling inspired and fulfilled, it's easier to approach your creative work with enthusiasm and fresh ideas. Volunteering reminds us that creativity isn't just about self-expression, it's also about connection, contribution, and making a positive impact in the world. So, if you're looking for a way to stay creative and inspired after 50, consider giving your time to a cause you care about. Not only will you be making a difference in the lives of others, but you'll also be nurturing your own creativity in ways you might not expect. Next, we'll explore how setting creative constraints can push your boundaries and lead to innovative breakthroughs. Now, let's dive into a fascinating way to spark creativity, challenging yourself with constraints. It might sound counterintuitive, but sometimes setting limits can actually unlock your most innovative ideas. Think of it like this: when you have fewer options, your brain has to work harder to find creative solutions, and that's where the magic happens. One way to embrace this approach is by setting small, manageable creative challenges for yourself. For example, you could commit to writing a short poem every day for a month. The constraint of time and structure forces you to think on your feet and come up with fresh ideas, even when inspiration feels scarce. Or, if you're more visually inclined, try creating art using only a limited palette of colors or materials. These kinds of challenges push you to explore new techniques and think outside the box. Constraints can also help you break free from perfectionism. When you're working within limits, there's less pressure to create something flawless. Instead, the focus shifts to experimentation and discovery. You might surprise yourself with what you come up with when you're not overthinking every detail. Another benefit of working with constraints is that it encourages resourcefulness. For instance, if you're a writer, you could challenge yourself to tell a story using only 100 words. This forces you to be concise and deliberate with your language, often leading to more impactful and creative results. Similarly, if you're a musician, you could try composing a piece using only 3 chords. These kinds of limitations can lead to unexpected breakthroughs and help you see your craft in a whole new light. Constraints also teach you to embrace imperfection and find beauty in the unexpected. When you're working with limited resources, you're more likely to stumble upon happy accidents that can inspire new directions in your work. For example, a painter using only black and white might discover a striking new way to convey emotion through contrast. If you're not sure where to start, think about a creative project you've been wanting to tackle, and then set a constraint that feels both challenging and achievable. Maybe it's writing a story without using the letter E, or creating a sculpture using only recycled materials. The key is to choose a constraint that pushes you out of your comfort zone without overwhelming you. Challenging yourself with constraints isn't just about creating something new. It's about growing as a creative individual. By embracing limitations, you're training your brain to think more flexibly and approach problems from different angles. This mindset can spill over into other areas of your life, helping you find creative solutions to everyday challenges. So, the next time you feel stuck or uninspired, try setting a creative constraint. You might be amazed at how it reignites your imagination and leads to breakthroughs you never saw coming. Up next, we'll explore how surrounding yourself with inspiration can keep your creative energy flowing. Now, let's shift our focus to something equally powerful: surrounding yourself with inspiration. Think of your creative energy as a flame. It needs fuel to keep burning brightly. One of the best ways to feed that flame is by curating an environment that sparks your imagination and keeps your mind buzzing with ideas. Start by filling your space with things that inspire you. This could be anything from a bookshelf stocked with your favorite novels and poetry collections to walls adorned with artwork that speaks to your soul. Even something as simple as a playlist of music that moves you can set the tone for a creative session. The key is to create a space that feels alive with possibility, where every glance or sound nudges you toward new ideas. Consider dedicating a corner of your home to creativity. Maybe it's a cozy reading nook with a comfortable chair and a stack of inspiring books, or a desk where you can sketch, write, or brainstorm. Surround yourself with objects that hold meaning for you, a piece of pottery you made, a photo from a memorable trip, or a quote that resonates deeply. These small touches can serve as constant reminders of what's possible and keep your creative juices flowing. Inspiration doesn't have to come from physical objects either. Surrounding yourself with inspiring people can be just as impactful. Seek out friends, mentors, or communities who share your creative passions. Engaging in conversations with like-minded individuals can spark new perspectives and ideas you might not have considered on your own. Another way to stay inspired is by exposing yourself to new experiences. Visit a local art gallery, attend a live music performance, or explore a museum exhibit. These outings can introduce you to fresh ideas and styles, giving your creativity a much-needed boost. Even something as simple as taking a different route on your daily walk can open your eyes to new sights and sounds that might spark an idea. Don't underestimate the power of words either. Keep a collection of quotes or affirmations that motivate you. Write them on sticky notes and place them where you'll see them often, on your bathroom mirror, your workspace, or even your refrigerator. These little reminders can help you stay focused and inspired, especially on days when creativity feels elusive. Surrounding yourself with inspiration isn't just about creating a visually appealing space. It's about cultivating an environment that nurtures your creative spirit. When you're constantly exposed to things that excite and challenge you, your mind stays active and open to new possibilities. This, in turn, makes it easier to tap into your creativity whenever you need it. So, take a moment to look around your space. What inspires you? What could you add or change to make it even more conducive to creativity? Remember, inspiration is all around us. It's just a matter of noticing it and letting it fuel your imagination. Up next, we'll explore how taking breaks and resting can actually enhance your creative process. Now, let's talk about something that might seem counterintuitive at first: taking breaks and resting. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that creativity requires constant effort, but sometimes the best ideas come when you step away and give your mind a chance to breathe. Rest isn't just about recharging your energy, it's about creating space for your subconscious to work its magic. Think of your brain as a garden. If you're constantly planting, watering, and pruning without giving the soil time to recover, it becomes overworked and less fertile. The same goes for your creativity. Taking breaks allows your mind to process what you've been working on, often leading to those aha moments when you least expect them. One effective way to incorporate rest into your creative routine is by following the Pomodoro technique. This method involves working in focused intervals, typically 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break around 15 to 30 minutes. This structured approach not only keeps you productive, but also ensures you're giving your mind regular opportunities to reset. Another way to embrace rest is by engaging in activities that have nothing to do with your creative work. Go for a walk, meditate, or even take a short nap. These moments of pause can help clear mental clutter and allow new ideas to surface. Sometimes stepping away from a project for a few hours or even a few days can give you the clarity you need to see it in a fresh light. It's also important to recognize the difference between procrastination and intentional rest. Procrastination often comes from avoidance or fear, while intentional rest is a deliberate choice to recharge. By giving yourself permission to rest without guilt, you're not only honoring your creative process, but also setting yourself up for greater productivity and inspiration in the long run. Don't underestimate the power of sleep either. A good night's rest can do wonders for your creativity. Studies have shown that sleep helps consolidate memories and problem-solving skills, which are essential for creative thinking. So, if you're feeling stuck, sometimes the best thing you can do is simply go to bed and let your mind work things out overnight. Finally, remember that rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether it's a short break during the day or a full day off to relax, giving yourself time to rest is one of the most effective ways to stay creative and inspired. When you return to your work, you'll often find that your ideas flow more easily and your perspective feels refreshed. Up next, we'll explore how learning from failure can lead to unexpected creative breakthroughs. Now, let's shift our focus to something that might feel uncomfortable at first but is incredibly powerful: learning from failure. It's natural to want to avoid mistakes, but failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone. When you embrace failure as a teacher, it can open doors to creative breakthroughs you might never have imagined. Think of failure as a kind of feedback. Every time something doesn't go as planned, it's an opportunity to learn what works and what doesn't. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset shift from seeing failure as an end to viewing it as a beginning can transform how you approach creativity. One way to learn from failure is by reflecting on what went wrong without judgment. Ask yourself questions like, what can I take away from this experience? Or how can I approach this differently next time? This kind of reflection turns setbacks into valuable lessons, helping you grow and refine your creative process. Another important aspect is resilience. Failure can be discouraging, but it's also a chance to build mental toughness. When you push through the discomfort and keep going, you develop a deeper sense of perseverance. This resilience not only helps you bounce back, but also prepares you to take bigger creative risks in the future. It's also worth noting that some of the most innovative ideas come from failure. When something doesn't work, it forces you to think outside the box and explore new possibilities. For example, the invention of the Post-it note came from a failed attempt to create a super strong adhesive. Instead of discarding the idea, the creators saw potential in the mistake and turned it into a groundbreaking product. To make failure work for you, try reframing it as an experiment. When you approach your creative projects with a mindset of curiosity and exploration, there's no such thing as failure, only discoveries. This shift in perspective can take the pressure off and make the creative process more enjoyable and less intimidating. Finally, remember that failure is universal. Every successful person you admire has faced setbacks along the way. What sets them apart is their willingness to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. By embracing failure as part of your creative journey, you're not only building resilience but also opening yourself up to new ideas and possibilities. Up next, we'll dive into the exciting world of experimenting with different mediums to keep your creativity fresh and dynamic. Now, let's step into a world of endless possibilities by experimenting with different creative mediums. One of the most effective ways to keep your creativity alive and exciting is to step outside your comfort zone and explore new forms of expression. If you've always been a painter, why not try your hand at sculpture? Or if writing has been your go-to, consider diving into the world of podcasting or even video creation. Switching mediums can feel intimidating at first, but it's also incredibly liberating. When you step into a new creative space, you're forced to think differently, to approach problems from fresh angles, and to discover skills you never knew you had. For example, if you've spent years writing poetry, trying your hand at spoken word or even composing music can open up a whole new dimension of creativity. The beauty of experimenting with different mediums is that it keeps your mind flexible and adaptable. Each medium has its own set of rules, techniques, and challenges, which means you're constantly learning and growing. This process not only keeps your creative juices flowing, but also helps you see your original medium in a new light. A painter who tries photography might discover new ways to frame a scene, while a writer who experiments with podcasting might develop a sharper sense of storytelling through voice and tone. Another benefit of exploring new mediums is that it can reignite your passion for creativity. Sometimes, sticking to one form of expression can lead to burnout or stagnation. But when you try something completely different, it's like hitting the reset button on your creative energy. You might find yourself falling in love with a new art form or rediscovering the joy of learning something from scratch. Don't be afraid to mix and match mediums either. Many artists and creators find inspiration by blending different forms of expression. For instance, a photographer might incorporate elements of collage, or a musician might experiment with visual art to accompany their compositions. These hybrid approaches can lead to truly unique and innovative work. The key is to approach this experimentation with curiosity and an open mind. There's no right or wrong way to explore new mediums, just the willingness to try and see where it takes you. You might stumble upon a new passion or simply enjoy the process of learning something new. Either way, you're expanding your creative horizons and keeping your inspiration alive. As we move forward, let's explore how setting clear creative goals can give your projects direction and purpose, helping you stay motivated and focused on your artistic journey. Now, let's shift our focus to the power of setting creative goals. One of the most effective ways to stay inspired and motivated is by giving your creativity a clear sense of direction. When you set achievable goals, whether it's finishing a short story, learning a new song on the piano, or completing a painting, you create a roadmap that keeps you moving forward. Goals act as a guiding light, helping you channel your energy into something tangible. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the vastness of creativity, you can break it down into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to write a short story, you might start by outlining the plot, then focus on writing one scene at a time. This approach not only makes the process less daunting, but also gives you a sense of accomplishment as you tick off each milestone. Setting goals also helps you stay accountable. When you commit to a specific project or deadline, you're more likely to follow through. It's easy to let creativity fall by the wayside when life gets busy, but having a clear objective keeps you on track. Think of it as a promise to yourself, a way to honor your creative spirit and prioritize your passions. Another benefit of setting creative goals is that they push you to grow. When you challenge yourself to learn a new skill or complete a project, you're stepping outside your comfort zone. This process of growth is incredibly rewarding, as it not only expands your abilities but also boosts your confidence. Imagine the satisfaction of mastering a new song on the guitar or seeing your finished artwork hanging on the wall. These achievements remind you of what you're capable of and inspire you to keep going. It's important to set goals that are realistic and tailored to your interests. If you're just starting out, aim for something small and achievable, like sketching for 10 minutes a day or writing a single poem. As you build momentum, you can gradually take on bigger challenges. The key is to find a balance between ambition and practicality, goals that stretch you but don't overwhelm you. Don't forget to celebrate your progress along the way. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory worth acknowledging. Whether it's finishing a chapter of your book or perfecting a new dance routine, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. These celebrations keep your motivation high and remind you why you started in the first place. As we move ahead, let's explore how staying curious and asking questions can keep your creativity alive and thriving, opening doors to new ideas and endless possibilities. Now, let's turn our attention to the incredible power of curiosity. Staying curious and asking questions is one of the most effective ways to keep your creativity alive and thriving. Think about it: every great invention, every groundbreaking idea, and every piece of art that moves us began with someone asking, "What if?" or "Why not?" Curiosity is the spark that ignites creativity, and it's a spark that never fades, no matter your age. When you stay curious, you open yourself up to new possibilities. It's about looking at the world with fresh eyes, even in the most familiar places. Maybe you've always wondered how a certain type of music is composed or how a particular painting technique creates such vivid textures. Instead of letting those questions linger, dive in and explore. Take a class, watch a tutorial, or simply experiment on your own. The act of seeking answers not only satisfies your curiosity, but also introduces you to new skills and perspectives that can fuel your creative projects. Asking questions also helps you challenge assumptions and break free from creative ruts. Sometimes we get stuck because we're too focused on doing things the way we've always done them. But when you ask, "What if I tried this differently?" or "Why does it have to be this way?" you open the door to innovation. For example, if you're a writer, you might ask, "What if I told this story from a different character's perspective?" That simple question could lead to a completely new and exciting narrative. Curiosity also keeps you connected to the world around you. It encourages you to stay engaged with current events, trends, and emerging ideas. This connection to the broader world can inspire your work in unexpected ways. Maybe a news story sparks an idea for a novel, or a new technology inspires a fresh approach to your art. By staying curious, you ensure that your creativity remains relevant and dynamic. Another beautiful aspect of curiosity is that it fosters a mindset of lifelong learning. When you're curious, you're never done growing. You're always seeking to understand more, to learn more, and to create more. This mindset not only keeps your creativity alive, but also enriches your life in countless ways. It keeps your mind sharp, your spirit young, and your passion for discovery burning bright. So, how can you cultivate curiosity in your daily life? Start by embracing the unknown. Instead of shying away from things you don't understand, lean into them. Ask questions even if they seem simple or silly. Read books outside your usual genre, watch documentaries on topics you know nothing about, or strike up a conversation with someone who has a different perspective. Every new piece of knowledge you gain is a building block for your creativity. As we wrap up this section, remember that curiosity is a gift you give yourself. It's a way to stay inspired, to keep growing, and to never stop creating. And speaking of inspiration, let's move on to our final way to stay creative and inspired after 50, sharing your work with the world. Because creativity isn't just about what you create, it's about how you connect with others through your creations. Now, let's turn to the final and perhaps most rewarding way to stay creative and inspired after 50, sharing your work with the world. Creativity is not just about the act of creating. It's about the connection you make with others through your creations. When you share your work, you open yourself up to new perspectives, feedback, and opportunities that can reignite your passion and push your creativity to new heights. Sharing your work doesn't have to be intimidating. Start small. If you're a painter, consider posting your artwork on social media or joining a local art group where you can showcase your pieces. If you're a writer, share your stories on a blog or submit them to online publications. Even sharing your work with a close group of friends or family can be a powerful first step. The key is to put your creations out there, no matter how small the audience may seem. One of the greatest benefits of sharing your work is the feedback you receive. Constructive criticism can help you grow as an artist, while positive feedback can boost your confidence and motivate you to keep going. Feedback also provides fresh perspectives that you might not have considered, helping you refine your craft and explore new directions. For example, a reader might point out a theme in your writing that you hadn't fully realized, or a fellow artist might suggest a technique that enhances your painting. Sharing your work also connects you to a community of like-minded individuals. Whether it's through social media, local exhibitions, or community events, putting your work out there allows you to meet others who share your passions. These connections can lead to collaborations, friendships, and even mentorships that enrich your creative journey. Imagine attending a local art show and meeting someone who inspires you to try a new medium, or joining an online writing group where you exchange ideas and encouragement with fellow writers. Another important aspect of sharing your work is the sense of accomplishment it brings. Seeing your creations appreciated by others can be incredibly fulfilling. It validates your efforts and reminds you that your creativity has value. This sense of achievement can fuel your motivation and inspire you to tackle new projects with even more enthusiasm. Finally, sharing your work encourages you to keep creating. When you know others are looking forward to your next piece, it gives you a sense of responsibility and purpose. It pushes you to stay consistent, to keep experimenting, and to continue growing as an artist. And as you share more of your work, you'll find that your confidence grows, your skills improve, and your creativity flourishes in ways you never imagined. So take that leap and share your work with the world. Whether it's through a social media post, a local exhibition, or a community event, let your creativity shine. Remember, your creations have the power to inspire others, just as they inspire you. And as we wrap up our journey through these 20 ways to stay creative and inspired after 50, let's celebrate the endless possibilities that creativity brings, no matter your age. As we come to the end of our exploration, let's take a moment to reflect on the 20 ways to stay creative and inspired after 50. From embracing lifelong learning and reconnecting with nature to sharing your work with the world, each of these strategies offers a unique path to keeping your creativity alive and thriving. Whether it's cultivating a creative space, collaborating with others, or experimenting with new technologies, these approaches remind us that creativity is not bound by age. It's a lifelong journey that grows richer with time and experience. What's truly inspiring is how accessible these practices are. You don't need to be a professional artist or have years of experience to benefit from them. Creativity is for everyone, and it's never too late to start. Whether you're revisiting an old passion, trying something completely new, or simply taking a mindful walk in nature, each step you take brings you closer to a more inspired and fulfilling life. Now it's your turn to take action. Choose one or more of these strategies that resonate with you and give them a try. Maybe it's setting a creative goal, like writing a short story or learning a new instrument. Or perhaps it's joining a local group or attending a creative event to connect with others who share your interests. Whatever you choose, remember that the journey of creativity is as much about the process as it is about the result. And as you embark on this journey, don't forget to share your experiences. Whether it's with friends, family, or a broader community, your creativity has the power to inspire others just as much as it inspires you. Together, we can celebrate the endless possibilities that creativity brings, proving that age is no barrier to imagination, innovation, and joy. So, what are you waiting for? Pick up that paintbrush, open that journal, or step outside and let the world spark your next great idea. Creativity is waiting for you, and the best part is it's never too late to begin. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need a little creative inspiration. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more ways to live a vibrant, creative life. Thanks for watching, and remember, your creativity is a gift that only gets better with time. Keep creating, keep inspiring, and most importantly, keep enjoying the journey.